Good afternoon and welcome back to the allotment. I've just bobbed down after work. I came down originally to harvest some beetroot, but while I was down, I'd left my garlic down here yesterday, and I thought, well, whilst it's still dry, I'll get it planted. So this bed here at the back, you can see, running all the way behind me there, and this bed here are now full of garlic. I think in that bed there I've got about 152, and in this bed I've got 64. I space them 6 inches by 6 inches. I don't give them too much room. Some people like to leave a foot between each row. I think that's a little excessive for garlic, to be fair. So I've always done 6 by 6. So you get quite a large number of garlic in a confined space. Now what we've got to wait and see is what the germination rate's like and how it comes up. But I'll show you what I do with the spare garlic that I've got left over. So what I do is any spare cloves that I've got, I always plant some up in these modular trays, just in case. What's that? It's not a fly. Just in case the germination don't go so well in the beds, and I've got some spares. So I just simply plant a few in these modulars, just dib a hole in, bob it in, and I leave it in the greenhouse and just wait for them to come through. And if I get a really good germination rate and I don't need them, then I can always give them to people, some of the neighbours around. Just changing the subject. Whilst I've been in here prepping these, the neighbour over the road still got some sweet corn in, and it looks all right. I don't think it's going to get too much bigger. But what I've just noticed, and I'm not very good, I don't know about you, I'm not very good with rats, and I'm not joking you. There's got to be 3 or 4 in there having an absolute field day. And I've just seen a rat literally climb up to sort of like the second cob on the sweet corn. So I'll be looking at 3.5 foot high, and it's just hung on there, filling its boots. I don't like rats. And that's the one thing about the open compost bays. I'm going to have to make sure I go down there with my gripe and give it a good old dig and mess about before I get too close to it. Big phobia of mine. Anyway, let's get outside. I'll finish doing this. I'll get outside and we'll see what that beetroot's done. There we go. So that's the spare garlic in the green trays at the front there. I'll pot it up, I'll give them a little drink, and then leave them there to do the business. Hopefully I won't need them and somebody gets some free garlic, but if I do, they're there alongside the shallots and the overwintering Shen Shu, I've been told by a reliable subscriber, Ali over in Canada. Shen Shu. Thanks for that. Right, let's get out now and have a look at the beetroot and get that out. So here we are. These are the beetroot I put in probably around 6 weeks. 6 weeks ago. And I just broadcast them. Didn't space them out or anything like that. And it looks so we've got some decent beetroot. Yep. These aren't a bad size really. So they're gonna do nicely. Just have a quick look. Maybe that's a tad small, but it was just some spare seed that I had in the packet, and I thought, what the hell, throw it in the bed and hope for the best. And it's not a bad crop, is it? One of my favourite salad crops is beetroot, and I don't like to spoil the flavour by pickling them. I like to just boil them, and that's a bit poor, isn't it, that? Boil them and just eat them pretty much as they are. That's strange. So that ones are not that clever. Not a bad one there. I'll get a jar out of this at least. And this certainly, as I say, won't be getting pickled. That's a message to my wife if you're watching. These are not getting pickled. These are for the grower. There we go. That's all the beetroot out of there. The little ones are just going to go on the compost. That bed's nice and tidy now, and I've got myself a nice, at least a jar of beetroot to say hurrah to the season. I'm still waiting for my plot neighbour, and if he's watching this, it's your final warning. If you want some of these leeks, then get yourself over, because I'm wanting to thin these out so that I've only got around a dozen in this bed. So Graham, if you're watching, you need to get hold of these before this weekend, or else they're going to somebody else. As you can see, the plot is still very wet underfoot, and here, that whole path there, all down this side, is still absolutely drenched. So you can hear the squelching underfoot. So I think it's really vitally important now that I get my leaf mould, not leaf mould, sorry, my wood chip, and I can get these paths replenished. I was going to chop some of this wood today, but I'm not feeling it. I'd like to, at this point, mention, thank Adam Dakin for giving me a shout out on his channel, and giving me a little bit of advice with regards to the compost bins. Very useful information, Adam, much appreciated, was the shout out. And anybody else that is thinking about tackling their compost bins, then it might be worth bobbing over to Adam's channel. He's got a really good system there, and he gets tons and tons of, well, maybe not tons, but a hell of a lot of compost from the system that he's managing there. So bob over to his channel. I'll leave a link in the comments below. Well, that was just a quick video, just to catch up on the garlic situation. I'm really relieved I've got that garlic in. It looks like the weather's definitely turning now, and those damp conditions are becoming very regular. So a relief that I've got that in, which is sort of the major job at this time of year. I've got the majority of my overwintering crops in now, so it is pretty much now turning to all the ever increasing jobs list, and it's just about prioritising that, and getting that sorted. I've also finally got all my potatoes selected, and I've gone round my plot neighbours and they've got theirs, so I'll be handing that list in to our supplier. I'm going with Cara again because I got a really good crop this year, main crop. I'm going for Duke of York. I think that's a second early, and I'm going for another main crop, which will be Sarpomera, because they tend to do really well, and they don't tend to get much disease on those. So yeah, that list is done. So we're fast moving into the winter period. So anyway, I'm going to shut up gabbling on. I'm going to get tidied up and I'm going to get myself a phone. Thank you very much for watching. Keep safe, keep warm. Have a great week, and I'll catch up with you at the weekend. Until then, happy growing.